All right. Hello, everybody. I see everybody trickling in. Thanks for joining us today. Hopefully, you're excited for the announcement. I know you've seen it in your emails. You're seeing the new branding on this. So, this is a member exclusive webinar, State of the User Communities Town Hall. So, ask your questions. I know there were some questions in the registration process. Ask them again here, too. Hopefully, we can answer everything. We've got a lot of information to go through, so I won't take up too much time. I will start with that. This is a Zoom webinar, so it is being recorded. Just please keep that in mind. If you have a question, put it in the chat, put it in the Q&A. We will be monitoring both of them and have some fun, get some questions answered. This is a very, very exciting time, very, very exciting announcement. So have some fun with us. We've all been working really hard in the back end. We're excited to share it all with you. And then we do have a survey at the end of this. We want to know your feedback. We want that information. It helps us program Elevate going forward. So 2 lucky survey participants will be randomly selected to win a $25 Amazon gift card. So please make sure you fill that out. You could be one of the lucky winners, and your information, your feedback is super valuable to us. Now I'm going to play a quick commercial just so we can get things rocking and rolling, and then I will pass it off to our speakers. And I'm going to hand you the floor, and we're going to pop up that first poll question just to get some information. So, Anne, the floor is yours.
Great. Thank you, Jack. My name is Ann Sari. I am the Executive Director of the user group. Again, just welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us. It's great to see such a positive, strong turnout for this first town hall sharing the big news. Before I would like to introduce Travis Robertson. Travis is an advisor with the Dell Technologies User Community, and Suzan Pickett. She's a board member with Elevate Technology User Group. Suzanne and Travis, before we get started, do you want to give them a background of your roles, your day-to-day role, and then Dan will go to you for the last introduction before we kick things off.
Okay, I'll go first. I'm Travis Robertson. I'm an IT manager. I've been with Topan Inter-America for 25 years. Joined them straight out of college and moved up to the ranks. But it's a medium-sized business, so I can kind of touch base with both sides of these communities that are joining together. So it's an exciting time for me.
Thanks, Travis.
Hey everybody, I'm Suzan Pickett. I'm a director on the Elevate user community, and happy to be here. Just want to say, my background, I think I've probably spoken at enough events. Hopefully some of you know me, but if not, started out at Columbia Sportswear, Nike, US Bank. I was at Dell for a small amount of time, and now I'm with Citizens, and happy to be here. Thank you.
Thanks, Suzanne. And we also have Dan Kaposha here with Dell. Dan, please share a little bit about yourself with the group. Happy to have you here.
Thanks, it's great to be here. For those who don't know me, my name is Dan Kaposha. I'm a director with Dell's Voice of Customer and NPS operations team. And I lead the team that manages our listening and customer feedback capabilities, which of course includes user community. So I'm very excited about all the change we're going to be talking about today, and believe passionately in enhancing your user member community experience at Dell. My background spans time in the military, consulting with Bain & Company, and then here at Dell Technologies. So lots of background in customer and the way that people think. And I'm excited to be here.
Thank you, Dan. So while we kick things off, I think it's important to share a little bit about the unification between DTUC and Elevate. I know you all as members saw that exclusive news coming to you first, that these groups are coming together. And really these groups are coming together so we can create one community for all Dell users and partners. So previously, Elevate focused more on Dell infrastructure solutions. So hardware and software enterprise-based solutions, and DTUC focused more on client solutions, so more end user software and services. So now with us offering one comprehensive community, we can meet all of your needs. Now you're going to say, wow, that's a lot, but we have good news for you. So with this unification, members are going to have access to everything across the Dell portfolio. And we have a new website that's going to be launched before Dell Tech World, where members will have the opportunity to make your profile, and you'll have a member dashboard where you can customize your content interests, because we know not everything will appeal to everyone, but our role is to make sure you're aware of everything and you can choose. You can choose your areas of interest, your content preferences, so that we're serving up the most valuable content for you. And of course, events. We will continue to bring you events, whether it's virtual or in person. With this expanded community, we're looking forward to continue to bring these offerings to you, covering a variety of topics. And what we bring to you as a user community is really based on your feedback and interests. So we want to make sure that you're continuing to share that information with us. So I'll pass it over, Suzanne and Travis, as board members coming together. Can you share some feedback for the group? You know, what are you most excited about with the unification of the community?
Yeah, I'll kick it off, Travis, if that's okay. You know, both communities have been doing amazing things in parallel. And we know it's been dividing people's time, but by coming together, now we can join forces. So we're talking about more learning opportunities, more networking, more content for everybody. And we're just really excited to be able to do this and be able to merge and just kind of grow the community and have more experiences together.
Yeah, that community growth is one thing that I'm also excited about with the two communities coming together. I saw the poll. It looks like a good kind of split between some are in both and some are in DTUC and some are in Elevate, but being able to merge these two communities together so we have a single basically community network of everyone. Also, some of the content that we're talking about, whether it's security and AI and things like that, it applies to both client-side solutions and infrastructure style solutions. So it'll be good to be able to kind of pair some of this content together and see how it can fit kind of both sides of your house.
Yeah, I mean, perfect. And you know, Anne mentioned, you know, if you're more interested in security, you can now get security focused content. If you're more interested in, say, the end user state, you can do that as well. So we want to make things relevant for you. And then also, I just, you know, we want to really focus on getting that content to you in the way that suits you best. So again, we're just really excited. And hopefully you guys all love the new logo as well, because I do.
Yeah, I think
it looks great.
Being able to pair the timing of these events and things like that is also a huge benefit too, because like I said, I've been a member of both groups, and sometimes it's just a fight for your time of what you can attend or what you can what kind of webinars you can do and things like that, however your time is available. So from the backside, I know we're going to kind of, as part of this partnership, make sure we, you know, coordinate these events so so we can make sure everybody, you know, is not choosing one solution or the other. We can, you know, like you said, people can subscribe to what they want. We can make sure that we're not overlapping each other and things like that. So as one community, we can serve the community as a whole a little better.
Yep. And I think too that it just adds more perspective, right? We get a more diverse group coming together, and we all have our wants and needs and thoughts and ideas and opinions on everything. And that, I think, will benefit us all. Sorry, Travis, I didn't mean to try and get the last word in there.
And I'll also share one of the questions that came during registration. Somebody asked, you know, what prompted this unification between the groups? And that was such a good question. And interestingly enough, this has been talked about for years, and we've been working together and talking about, what would this look like? And it's really come together over the last year, kind of that unified vision. And, previously when we would be at events, the last two Dell Tech Worlds, we had a shared booth and, members would say, well, which group should I join? But I might find some value here and I might find value there. It makes sense. We want to provide a seamless experience for all of the customers and partners out there, and Dell employees too, your members as well. Dan, I'd love to ask your feedback, just on the Dell side, what this means, having one unified community for all customers.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, from a management perspective, it makes our life a little bit easier, which of course everybody can appreciate, and the complexity that our world is today. But from the way that we listen, the way that we hear the feedback, the way that we integrate that feedback into the experiences we're designing, the products we're designing, this creates a lot of synergies, honestly, for us to either get the perspectives from what used to be more siloed groups and bring them together. And then to share that across the VOC ecosystem and Dell's listening ecosystem so that more people are getting that feedback, they're digesting that feedback and actioning that feedback. So for us, this is a win-win where we get more feedback to action, and we also get to enhance your experience as a community and really say, like, hey, let's accelerate and amplify.
Yeah, no, and that's great. I mean, you heard it here first. Your feedback does influence direction. It's so important. And one of the other benefits of the group coming together is we'll bring up Voice of Member and Trusted Tester program. This was an exclusive program within the DTUC community, and now we're able to offer that to all members. And Travis, I know you have a lot of experience with this program from being a DTUC advisor. Do you want to share a little bit with everybody about that program and what members might see coming and ways to contribute?
Yeah, so from the been a member of the Trusted Tester program, and it's a good program. If you want to provide some feedback, there's different types of studies that could go on with the program. Sometimes it's hardware based, could be peripherals, could be laptops, things like that. Some of it's been more of some of the backside of what goes on with Dell, and maybe some of the naming or how they're marketing certain products and things like that. So there's a lot of different, I guess, pieces to it. So it just kind of expands how you can, I guess, participate in the community. So now seeing that we're a single community moving forward, we'll see those same kind of opportunities from the enterprise side as well. So we may see some data center, involvement there and things like that. So it's a great program, and it's one of the things I'm excited about with the new Elevate community.
Yeah, and you'll see more survey opportunities come through. And again, personalize your interests, what you're interested in. We'll serve up opportunities for you to share your feedback if it's something you're passionate about, and we'll share that feedback directly with Dell. So it's fantastic to have that relationship and also circle back and let you know how that feedback's being used. Well, I've seen some questions in the chat about Dell Tech World. So I know the community, we do have a presence coming up at Dell Tech World. Suzanne or Travis, either of you want to jump in and talk about what we'll be doing there?
I can give the broad statements. There'll be a booth, a combined booth for the on the show floor. We'll also have there'll be a trusted tester area on the show floor as well. So we'll have some games and giveaways there at the booth. So definitely stop by there. We'll also have some a reception at the event. So it'll be much like you've seen before, just as a single community. And it's a great way to, it's one of my favorite events of the year, to be able to network and meet community members in person. So I look forward to seeing everybody there.
Yeah, I hope everyone comes up, says hi. Love for you to introduce yourself. And Travis mentioned our event, our gathering. And as you all know, we sometimes have a special guest star, not to be named, but special guest. And so it's a great opportunity to hear from executive leadership exactly what's going on and what's coming. You get some little insights into some of the announcements at Dell Tech World as well. So it's a great event. You get to meet a lot of your peers. I'd love to see you and say hi as well. So I hope you are all able to make it. Ryan, I wish Ryan Reynolds. Maybe we can get that
Yeah,
guy
me
that
too.
looks a lot like him from Mythic Quest.
Yeah, like Suzanne and Travis said, we'll have 2 booths on the show floor, one about trusted tester, another about the community. There's a lot of good prizes, so make sure to come visit us. There's some good prizes there. Bring a friend. And then our program will be on Tuesday. I saw Jack put that in the chat, so make sure to register. I know we already have well over 100 people registered for that. We're expecting our largest audience yet. We have the ballroom again, Venetian Ballroom G, so we'll be able to fit everybody there. We want to pack the house, so we look forward to bringing everyone together. I know our speakers are being announced very soon. We have a couple speakers from Dell. Suzanne mentioned our special guest. And we also have a great customer story that's going to be coming out soon, so stay tuned for all of those details. Also, I know there's a lot of great sessions happening. Suzanne, Travis, I'm not sure if you've had a chance to look at sessions yet, and anything you think members should be on the lookout for. And I see the poll that's here too. Is there one session or topic that you're really looking forward to at Dell Tech World? I know that cybersecurity data protection is leading the charge here in the poll. So any feedback on topics and sessions you're keeping an eye out for this year?
It's so hard to pick one, as you all know, especially, if I could just sign up and go to any session any day right now, I would probably focus more on the AI factory and what that could mean to me and our business and how we're operating. I am very interested in AI ops to help us automate some of our day-to-day operations so we can be more efficient. So I'll be looking for some of that. But of course, the good old standbys, right? We can't forget all of our compute, all of our storage, and all of our multi-hybrid cloud type solutions, because I think we're all really living that today. So, and that's why we're going to Dell Tech World is to understand what's coming, what's next, and some of the improvements that have been made.
Yeah, for me, I'm definitely interested in what's new in AI, what solutions are being presented there. Cybersecurity is always an evolving topic, so you can't ever get ahead of it. So there's always new information available. And then another area, just working in the manufacturing space, is the edge technologies. There's so much being done there for environments like mine, where you have compute on a plant floor, shop floor, and how to reach out to those, and gather that type of information and bring that into your enterprise cloud.
I like the hints that we're seeing in the chat too about what's coming. So this is the preview of the preview, I think, for Dell Tech World, and it sounds like we should just all be very excited about what's coming. Before the chat gets buried, I do want to shout out to Michael Wells. I will also be at the Red Hat Summit, so please come find me.
Thank you, Suzanne. Yeah, with the user group, we have an event next week happening at .next in DC. And then, of course, on the same day, we're dividing and conquering. Suzanne will be over at Red Hat Summit for the user group event, and then we'll be having the event at DTW Live. So looking forward to that. So we can be in multiple places at once, making sure our members are connecting. Let's see. Well, talking about DTW, this might be a good lead in. Dan, would love to hear from you from the Dell side. Any updates you want to share with the group? Any kind of need to know information you want to share with everyone joining today's call?
Yeah, no, I'm happy to give a little bit of a preview. So many of you have probably been doing your homework already and have done the Googling and finding out what's new at DTW this year. And I mean, like years past, Dell is going to be leaning into the future of technology theme, right? And of course, a big topic, a big part of that is, what is AI? Where is the technology leading us? How do we prepare, and how do we strategize for that future? So it's continuing that theme through this year. There's a lot of new technologies. education opportunities, and a host of very impressive speakers. Some of them are I'm interested just from a novelty perspective, like Will Wheaton is going to be there to talk about Star Trek and Star Wars and the combination of AI, but all the way to technology leaders, right? And some of the discussions and kind of the cutting edge thinking that's going on in our world today. So I'm excited about a few of these. I'm just going to highlight a couple of them for you if that's of interest for you to go to. But the keynotes for me are always really important. There's 2 of them this year. The first on day 1 is going to be led by our chairman and CEO, Michael Dell. And as always, he usually has some live big announcements on stage, so always a must-see event. But he'll be joined by Jensen Huang from NVIDIA. They're going to talk with, among others, they're going to really talk about how to get ready and how to lead in that age of AI. The topic of that one's called Inventing the Future, which I'm excited about. And then day 2, we continue that topic in a keynote led by Jeff Clark, our COO, about innovation and action. And there he's going to be joined by Sam Bird, who's the president of our Client Solutions Group, Arthur Lewis, who's the president of our Infrastructure Solution Group, and guests from CoreWeave, USAA, or Cohere to really get into some of the details, right? The speeds and feeds, or do some of the live demos on stage about how does Dell combine cutting edge innovation and seamless integration to drive that impact. So those are 2 big ones to highlight. Always must see television. If you can't join in person, then virtually is awesome. I mean, they're equally as powerful. But to be honest, there's over 200 breakout sessions across 4 days of events, and that includes breakout sessions. There's hands-on labs, there's exams, there's ask the expert sessions. There's different groups that you can go and join. Some of them ad hoc to go and have conversations. And of course, we're going to have our big Elevate event launch that we just talked about. For myself, I resonate with some of the topics that were brought up. I'm really interested in, on Monday, there's a session called The Technology Big Bang, AI Today, Tomorrow, and Beyond. And that's led by our Dell's Chief Technology and AI Officer, John Rose. And he's going to be having a conversation with astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson. And they're going to really be going through how does the advancements that we're experiencing today in AI fuel and not only reimagine the industries that we have, but also reshape our societies for tomorrow. So really interested to see their perspectives of and really how is technology going to be impacting our lives. And then on Tuesday, a topic that's near and dear for me is a session called Digital Doppelgangers, how agentic AI is reinventing work. That has implications across a host of different applications and use cases, as you can imagine. So that's a panel that's led by Dell with EY, Adobe, and Worley to really go into the potential of what AI-driven digital avatars, digital assistants, digital agents can do for us in our lives and at work. I know security was mentioned. There's a great session on cybersecurity that's going to be led by our Chief Security Officer, called Tomorrow's Threats, Today's Game Plan, Navigating the Future of Cybersecurity. That's on Monday. There's a big one for AI. So I'm a former product manager for our mobile workstations at Dell, and anything that's future compute or high performance compute, I'm always really interested in. And so there's a great session called the AI PC Silicon Innovation and the Future of Work. And that really goes into, it's a rapidly evolving market that we live in. So how does Dell, especially our Dell Pro and our Dell Pro Max portfolio, leverage silicon innovation to optimize AI PC workloads? So I'm a little bit of a nerd. I'm going to want to go and look at that one, but I encourage anybody that is looking at AI use cases for the compute space to really take the moment, register for that, and go into it. So I could keep going on. As I said, there's 200 breakout sessions. There's a lot of ones that are interesting out there. But to cap it all off, at the end, I think it's on Wednesday night. So we have sessions on Thursday morning as well for breakfast. But on Wednesday night, we usually always do like a world-class festival level entertainment. It's a kind of a great way to cap off the week, relax, do some networking, enjoy some music and food. But this year, we're going to have live performances by Counting Crows, Nathaniel Radcliffe and the Night Sweats, and Trombone Shorty and Orleans Avenue. So pretty good lineup. I remember I've never actually seen Counting Crow in person. I've listened to their music for years, so this will be a fun experience. So as always, good time, good place, good food, good music, and really just kind of ending a good week. So hopefully that gets you a little excited about what's going on. I could go on for a long time about this, but hope that you have a chance to join us in Vegas this year. And if not this year, maybe this whets your appetite to join us next year or a future DTW. If there are any questions, I think we can get you some more details offline as well about that. But anyway, excited for the event, excited that to see some of you there.
What an amazing lineup, especially that entertainment to wrap up such a great week and informative sessions that are happening. Suzanne, Travis, anything that sticks out to you from what Dan was sharing that you're adding to the top of your list?
I think it's just going to be all AI all the time. And for me, I want to understand the practical use cases, not, there's going to be a lot of future stuff that's going to be great. I want to hear about it. I want to learn about it. But I really want to better understand, especially from the financial industry, how can I apply it today and in a way that's kind of safe and sane for my environment? So that's what I'm going to be diving into. And I think that there'll probably be a lot going on there. Of course, the entertainment sounds great. I will be in Boston for that. So I hope you guys get some lighted hats and glasses and rock out for me.
Travis, that's going to be you, right?
Yeah, I'll make up for it.
All right.
Yeah, I will say, Susan, on that one, that we have something right now, 126 out of our total 300 plus sessions are related to AI. Some of them much more hands-on and technical, some of them a little bit not, more theoretical. So it's one of those, like, there's so many options out there to really get into it. And if you are looking to see which sessions you should go to, the Dell.com webpage that hosts the event has some features you can select and toggle, so you can see like session level. So if you're like beginner, intermediate, or advanced, you can then find the session that's right for you based on where you're looking for. Or as you said, if you want more hands-on, advanced, there's a session for you.
Are there sessions for pointy-haired bosses?
Yes, there are. There are some.
Perfect. All right. Some of you may or may not get that reference, but I'll stick with it.
I think this year is kind of like the year 2 of the AI in terms of kind of client solutions. So it'll be good to see kind of what's new for from an end user compute standpoint of how AI's improving the performance of these devices through Trusted Tester. I've tested out one of these devices, and I was really amazed with the battery life of that device, and it's due to some of the AI technologies. So being able to see kind of what Dell's doing and learn more about how Dell is using AI and these components and these solutions and how that can benefit the users could be something I'm going to be interested in.
Definitely. Well, thinking about Dell Tech World, it's such a big week coming up, and I know not everybody can make it. I know everybody wants to go, but with your experience, at Dell Tech World previously, and then, even upcoming, Travis and Suzanne, is there anything that you think members should be on the lookout for? If, let's say, someone's attending DTW for their first time, as an attendee, anything that's helped you navigate in years past, or kind of best practices you would share? There's so much going on, like we heard today. So any bits of advice?
I'll say as quick as you can, try to connect with the community when you're there. That'll give you, you'll get to meet people, you'll know people that way. You'll know somebody the rest of the event. Come out and see me, and that's one more person you'll know throughout the event. So don't go alone. You can get tips off people while you're there. That's also one of the benefits, is just the networking side of it. So definitely come see us at the community first, and let us know you're there, and we'll see you around the event.
That was perfect. I was more leaning toward the wear comfortable shoes advice. For it doesn't matter what kind of shoe you're wearing, just make sure you can walk miles. You're going to do about 30,000 steps a day. So you definitely want comfort over fashion, and trust me, no one's going to judge you. So that's number one. And then to back up what Travis said, the community is here to help you. A lot of us you guys are not going to believe this, but I can actually be fairly introverted myself. So if you're not one to be super social, or you need your social battery recharged, trust me, this community is going to be right for you. We're not going to we're going to embrace you as much as you want to be embraced, but not in your face. So come search us out, find us. I will tell you that between our 2 booths this year, you're going to have a lot of fun. And we always have the loudest, most fun booth with the most fun games and crew for the booth as well. So highly recommend that you do that.
You're really setting the bar high this year. So now we really got to bring it
There
when we're
was
on
no
site. So
better
watch
year
out.
than the putting green.
Yeah.
None. And I know that because I was
that's
the first to make the putt, and I don't golf. So that was fun.
Well, you touched on this a little bit, Suzanne and Travis. Share with the group, your involvement with the user group and the impact it's had on your career. I think for those that might be involved and interested, they were interested in hearing more about what this unification means. But we've talked about this a lot, that you really get in or get out what you put in. So share a little bit about your experience and how it's helped you professionally and personally. That'd be great.
Okay, yeah. For me, again, a lot of it falls back on the networking with others. When you have some type of challenge, just having others in your industry or that you can other birds of a feather you can speak with, and just say, hey, this is what kind of issues I'm having or challenges I'm having, and being able to kind of talk those out and get other professionals, helping you out with these challenges you're having. So it's just expands your kind of toolbox. That, and with the 2 communities joining together, it's now you have an opportunity to delve into the other side of the house. So if you're currently on the end user compute side and you want to learn more about the infrastructure side, this community is going to be great for that. And same thing if you're an infrastructure guy and you want to know more about what's available on the end user space, and whether it's a nice brand new keyboard or the monitors that are available and docking stations and things like that, or if it's it's the AI that's built into the laptops and things like that. So there's lots of different solutions available, and with this joined efforts of this community, we can touch base with both sides, and if you're interested in transitioning or learning more about one side of the house or the other, there's could be plenty of opportunities for that.
And on that, I've been part of the user community for how many years now, and quite a while. Started with the VMware user group, and through this community. And one thing I think it's important to note is that even as a board member, we don't know everything, and as a board, we reach out to each other all the time. Hey, is anyone using PowerStore over here and this way and doing this? Or is anyone using this over here, and how's it going for you, and what's working well? And so we're constantly learning from each other because of this community. And not only are we networking and asking each other questions, but then we can also bring that to the community, or you can bring something to us, because I learn from you all every single day, because no environment is the same. It's kind of like all of you have unique thumbprints, right? It's just every environment has its own challenges, and you can bring that forward to this group and maybe solve something that you're working on. Or on the flip side of that, I didn't start out as a pointy-headed boss. I started out as an engineer, and this group has helped me refine, and I'm going to say it, sorry guys, Elevate has elevated my presence to the point now where, whether it's speaking in front of a group or doing something, webinar just like this, now that's being noticed. So most of the board members, for example, have had significant promotions throughout their career just by being involved with the community. And so I encourage you all, if you're looking for that next step, come talk to us. Come talk to me about it. I'm happy to talk to you about the journey and some things that you might need to do. So that's what this community is about. It's not just about products. It's not just about problems, but it can also be about you and your development and your journey as well.
Yeah, even aside
That's
from even aside from the business side of things, like just knowing people personally and getting to know people, internationally. I almost feel like now through my communities and people I've met in communities, I can almost travel to a majority of the major cities, and I know somebody there, and I can be like, hey, where's a good place to eat, or where should I go while I'm in town, and that kind of thing. So it's just expanding your network there. It doesn't have to just be professional based. It's also a little bit personal based as well.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to know someone, and
Right.
that's why we're here.
That's right.
Sushi
And I know
Samba
you
is good.
touched.
Sushi Samba
Yes.
mojitos, but we can all meet up there for mojitos. They're
That
not bad.
sounds good. And I think one thing you brought up, Suzanne, is about speaking opportunities. Often in our event surveys and surveys throughout the year, we are always asking, do you have a story to share with the community? It doesn't, I don't want story to come off as intimidating. It can be about how you're using the technology. What best practices and lessons do you have to share with others? Just always remember that if you have questions, other people have questions, and the community is here to really listen and help each other out. So sharing your feedback on your journey is important. And, we're always looking for speakers. It can be a community hour, a webcast, to an in-person event. But it takes a community to share. And that's one of the most valuable aspects we hear from members, is learning from others. So just kind of doing a plug there, since we're always looking for speakers for upcoming events. All right, I'm going to scan and see if there's any other chats. I know one question that came in during registration, this was around the unified community and covering such a wide variety of solutions across Dell. And, how are you going to navigate that when there's so much out there? And I will tease again that we have a new website coming, and this is where you can personalize your member dashboard. So you can personalize your content preferences. So we're delivering that valuable content to you. So make sure to stay on watch in your inbox for news coming about the new website soon. Let's see here. There was also a question around, what is the community presence going to be at VMware Explore this year? That's a great question. There will be a reception happening for members who are attending VMware Explore. This will be held at Flight Club again. We did that last year. It was a success. Intel, one of our great partners, is going to be sponsoring that event again. So we will be at Flight Club. More details coming soon, but I believe it's Monday, the week of VMware Explore. Here, we talked about some other upcoming events, but as always, check our websites, and we'll have the one website coming soon. Another question that came through was around what happens to all the information on the old sites, which is a great question. All of those on-demand videos and resources will be brought over to the new site, and we'll have those categorized nicely for you. So look forward to a new, little bit more seamless member experience on the website with all of those resources. And Annette, I see your question there on the event for Explore. We'll actually be opening up registration for that event soon, probably within the next, probably right before or after DTW. So stay on the lookout for that registration coming. All right, team, did I miss any questions? Anything else that you think we should cover? Jack, if you see anything that was missed in the chat, let us know.
Looks like we have something in the Q&A, potential speaker there. So Jason will follow up with you on that. The board will reach out to you on that, because we are always happy to have a speaker. And well, I just lost my train of thought, so I'll be quiet now. Oh, there was somebody who had a raised hand earlier, but honestly, I didn't know how to respond to it. So John? Is John still on? You had a raised hand early on.
Yeah, feel free to put your question in the Q&A or the chat. As we're wrapping things up, we want to make sure we get all of your questions answered. Oh, Richard's asking about the trusted tester forums. No changes. So those will stay. Everything will stay. If anything, it's going to be expanded to have more opportunities that we'll be bringing you across Dell. So no change there. Just look for more opportunities. Great question.
Yeah, the one thing, I've really liked about the way these two communities are coming together. We're keeping a lot of the core concepts of both communities that everybody seems to like, whether it's the trusted testers, the content that we've already got out there. Elevate's been really great with online presence in the past. On the DTUC side, we've done a few more in-person events and things like that, aside from the trade shows. We're trying to merge these type of everything together and bring the best of both communities in here. And it sounds like we're kind of making sure we're checking off everything that the people are interested in. So whether it's the forums or the events and things like that. So be sure to share your experiences with us. You know, what you're interested in moving forward, and we can make sure we have that content available.
Dan, anything that we missed? Do you think we should plug again or reminders?
No, look, I think that this is, I know we've had conversations going back several months, and one of the things that I told you and others is that as we bring the different communities together, we didn't want this to just be a 1 + 1 = 2. Right? We wanted this to be the 1 + 1 = 3, 4, whatever number more, because we think that together we're stronger. And so Travis, great point, emphasizing that we're bringing the best of breed, right? And we're not only bringing it over, but we're sharing it across. And so there's a view of like, let's bring it over so that we're 1 + 1 = 2, but then, not to use the word, but how do we elevate ourselves so that we have a bigger, broader, more powerful offering than we've ever had? Thank you, Suzan. Than before. So we're excited about that. And I think this is just the start of where we're going to go. And so like, let's get the foundation here of the combined view, and then let's say what next. And so we're excited that this is a journey that the members are excited about, the board is excited about, Dell is excited about. And I mean, I'll just share it from our side. We're fielding questions from some of our senior executives that have not been involved in user community before. And they're basically saying, why haven't we been involved? Yes, please. And that's exciting for us. So it's change. Change is never easy, but in this case, I think change is actually going very smoothly. And not to jinx it, but we know we're excited about where we're going to go and to get to that 1 + 1 = 4 world. We're pretty excited about what it is.
Yes, we're ready to elevate. And I saw there was a question about the new site. So soon, the answer is yes, soon. This will be launched before DTW, so stay on the lookout. And as a heads up, when that email comes through, there is an action we need you to take. So you're going to be prompted to create this profile. Promise it's a seamless experience for you, but this is so important so we can deliver you the content that you're interested in. We want to make sure that we're hearing your feedback on what's important so we can deliver that content to you and make sure that we're bringing you all the resources necessary for your journey. Let's see if there were any other questions before we wrap things up. Eugenius, yes, all the content will be transferred over. So that will all be available on the new website. Lots of great on-demand content for everybody. And it looks like, let's see here. Yes, webinar content. There was a question if the webinar content will be covering all products. Yes, expanded even more so. So we're working with all the Dell teams on the latest and greatest updates and news that we can bring you as members. So yes, expanded content. We'll have a busy webcast schedule for you so you can pick and choose which topics you're interested in. Right. Well, I think we're wrapping up. Suzan, Travis, Dan, any final words?
Looking forward to seeing all of you at Dell Tech World. And for those of you who might be at Red Hat Summit in Boston that same week, also looking forward to seeing you there. So please come say hi.
Yeah, same here. I'm looking forward to Dell Tech World. Like I said, make our booth one of the first stops you make, or come by the community and see us, and like to get to meet you in person.
Yeah, and just to echo, exciting times, excited to where we're going. You know, this is a time to elevate and dig in. So look forward to a great new year.
Wonderful. Well, thank you all. Again, we appreciate your time. As always, if you have questions, you can reach out to our member services email, and we look forward to seeing you at an upcoming event soon. So thank you very much.